How do we hear? I'm sure people will come in eventually, but I want you to introduce yourself, the genre you write in, and anything you want everybody to know before we move forward.
Oh, sure. So I am Jaymar Jackson. I am a fantasy sci-fi writer, author, self-published, and I'm a huge Power Rangers nerd. That's
Which
it.
one?
All of them.
Oh,
What's your favorite season? Do you remember?
I actually liked the first season when it first came out because I was a kid.
Right.
So I liked it when it first came out, and I am a Black Ranger.
Yes, of course. What else? Like,
I'm just saying. But so let's get into this.
okay.
What made you get on this journey? What made you want to, especially fantasy? Because, like I said, there is not a lot of Black representation in fantasy, and the representation we have gets overshadowed by the white representation. So, what made you go into fantasy?
Right. So for me, there was always this gnawing feeling like years ago, like back in like 2015, 2016. I had this like gnawing feeling that just kept saying, you need to write something. You need to write this. And I was like, what? And I didn't listen to it for like 2 years. And so it came back up again around 2017. And I've always had like this huge imagination, like my mind goes here, there, everywhere, north, south, east, west. So I was chilling one day after work. It'd been a long day. And I just sat back and I had a lot going on. I just sat back and thought about this black boy fighting his demons, but he was wearing like a ninja outfit and literally fighting demons. So
Yeah.
that's where the concept came from, which is like, I'm not going to explain where that is in the book, but it's in the book. But I grew it from there. So that's where everything got started.
Yeah. So, could you also explain to me, like, you have so many personalities inside this book. You also have LGBTQIA representation in this book. How was that writing that? Because when it comes to men and the LGBTQIA representation, especially Black men,
Right.
there is always this issue. And so, what made you want to write that? Because I love that. I love that you did that and gave him empathy.
Right. So the thing was like, as being a part of the community myself, it's like I wanted something where people could see themselves and see change. You know,
Mm,
like I feel like we've been bogged down so hard by what society tells us, by what the Bible tells us, what we've been fed as young kids in Christianity and the church.
mm,
And I think it kind of forces us to warp us to think to, instead of where we're supposed to be these people that are supposed to love each other and support each other, we tend to fight each other, and we tend to
mm.
find bias on what, how to fight each other. And I wanted to create a sense of like, this person has his flaws, but he's able to learn and grow. So
Yeah.
that was the whole thing about it. That's the whole gist of it all. So yeah.
And then you also have the team itself going through their struggles personally and together. So when I look at books like this, I always bring it back to the Black community and the things we go through as a village when we try to have friendship, when we try to have relationships. So
Right.
was that one of the reasons you wrote it in that way, or was it just the fantasy, you know, thing?
It was both. It was wanting to create something where I see my people thrive, flourish, be powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also a thing of we we all I found like you get on social media and it seems we always fighting each other over something small. Gay versus straight, trans versus gay, light skin versus dark skin, HBCU versus PWI. Like it's just the list goes on, and it's like I wanted to create something where we all work together. We can put our differences aside because what we have to work on is greater than our individual parts. We have to play a role together in this in order to make it work. So
So, as most authors know, and I'm sure you don't yet, but you're about to know now, um, I deep dive on your social media so I can better understand you guys. Hold on.
uh,
Okay. I said I deep dive on y'all social media. Oh,
what's going on?
I don't know, somebody trying to call you or something?
Yeah, let me go do not disturb. I'm sorry. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
what I was saying was I deep dive on y'all social media so I can get a better understanding of y'all, because I never want to ask questions that could be harmful or disrespectful or anything like that. But
Yeah.
as a fellow Greek, because I'm an
Mm-hmm.
SG row,
Oh,
yes, I saw that you
okay.
are a Sigma man.
Yes, a member of Phi Beta Sigma since fall 13.
Okay, I just wanted to put that out there because I
Oh,
want
yes.
you to get all the support.
Yes. Thank you for that. I appreciate
No
that.
problem. But as writing fantasy, how hard has it been for you? Like how
Woo!
hard? Damn, you didn't even let me get the question.
All I heard was how hard, and I said, "Woo, okay, all right,
how
Jesus."
how how hard is it for you to be an indie author that is doing fantasy? You know, shit, just indie author in itself is hard as fuck. But you know what I'm saying, an indie author doing fantasy, how hard is it for you to like push your books or just to get, people to recognize the books?
It's hard.
Ooh.
Now, granted, I will say this: I have so far with what marketing I had and the support I do have, which I'm so very thankful for. I've sold yesterday. I checked between the audiobook and hard copies and ebook all together. I've sold 420 copies. With so it's not bad, but it's also not like I was like, "With my 5,000 a week, so I can be New York Times bestseller." But I'm very very thankful because
Yeah.
I have been getting people to take notice, but it's just some people don't take notice. I had this thing where it's like how well I'll tell you, say with audiobooks with ACX they
Mhm.
give you audiobooks that you can give out, and I did like a giveaway,
Mhm.
and you'll know when someone's redeemed the audiobook. And I checked one day after I did the giveaway, gave the audiobooks away. Nobody's redeemed them. So I'm like, even free stuff sometimes. And it's like, you don't even have to read this. You just listen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and it's just like, people are just like, well, it's there. They're like,
Damn.
because everybody's like, well, because I get it. Some people is like, oh, I don't have time to read a book, or I don't have time to, but the audiobook is right there. Like, I can just listen to me. It's only 4 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. That's short as
So,
hell compared to
yeah,
most books be like 10 hours, 12
right.
hours.
Right, it goes on forever. Like, no, I went through that thing. Like, I wanted y'all to get the story, to understand what's going on, and be like, "Ooh, when's the next one?" So, yeah, I think it's been kind of rough trying to get people to come together and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna read this." But I get it because like the way life is right now, the way this economy is set up, the way, yeah.
You ain't
Reading
saying
a book is
nothing,
almost like, haha, you want me to read a book?
bruh. Now, how is it hard for you as a black man coming into a genre that is predominantly white?
Ah. Can I be honest? This feels like the same as anything else I've entered. Like,
Mm.
I don't know if anybody knows, but I generally work in IT.
Mm-hmm.
So that you can imagine a black man trying to enter IT, black person in general have to enter IT. It's really true what Papa Pope said. You have to work twice as hard to get to just be an ounce, an inch close to them. So
Yeah.
I feel like it's just as hard as anything else as being a black person in America, stepping in navigating through the world, stepping through the white gaze,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, it's rough, but I'm gonna hang in there because, like I said, I got a story to tell. So
Yeah. Okay, so what was your plan when you made the plot of this story? What was the story that you really wanted to convey with the plot of this story?
so I plan on making 4 books total. The first book, the whole thing for me was about self love,
Mm-hmm.
black togetherness, and just seeing and just power, and
Mm-hmm.
just showing people like you put what's bothering you the most, you put those emotions that make you feel like you're less than, you put them to the side, you push them to the back, you say, hey, you know what, I'm going to work on doing something else, or facing something else, or facing something that might be hard for you, and you say, you know what, I'm going to push through that and get to this level. And that's what I really wanted to convey with the first book. So that's the whole plot for the first book, just centered around someone seeing themselves at a low point, but makes everyone else feel better. You know, just like a whole lot of love for everybody else, but not that much for themselves.
Ooh,
so
stepped on something right there.
Yeah. And so that's the first book is like, and I'm pretty sure you know which part I'm talking about, where it gets to a point where you like, when that character realizes that thing, and then whoosh, like the way the way things shift once they realize that.
Right. It was eye-opening. It was a thing, and I'll tell you this, it was a thing that made me say, damn, that's something that is like an epidemic.
Yes.
An epidemic in the Black community.
Yes.
And on reason, and if it's somebody who's not Black or BIPOC, it's nothing against y'all. But when I talk about it, I'm saying for real, that is an epidemic in the Black community.
Yeah.
Please, everybody before you.
Yep.
And when you had enough and that breakthrough come through, it's like, what?
Right.
It's like, what? I've been doing what?
Right. Because it's so much, I feel like it's a lot of people pleasing. It's a lot of maintenance, because not only are we having to deal with navigating through the world, you know, as Black people, it's also dealing with the family trauma that we've grown up with that we don't address.
That
a lot of us go through so many familial issues and problems, and then and we don't never address them. We have been taught to look at therapy as like, that's weird, that's white people stuff. Like, no, like we all have brains, right? Like the white people got brains. You know, these people, this race has brains. This, like, we all have brains.
The same color.
And trauma is the thing. Like, the way someone should treat you, you know, it should be a consistent way, especially if it's your parent. Like, there's a level of nurturing that has to happen, a level of understanding, a level of patience.
Yeah.
But
boy, you ain't here preaching.
A lot of I feel like a lot of us don't get that, because our parents was taught to be hard when they grew up. So now it's like, now it's your turn, and no one breaks the generational curse. It just rolls on down.
You better step on that, bruh. What the hell? He ain't here preaching today.
I'm just saying, I've gone to therapy. I've done the work. I've read the books. I'm just like, and while I feel like, I know it's been easier for me, because I just be like, you know what, I'm able to take things and see when something's not going to harm me, and go, let me look into that and learn more about it, instead of being like, no, I ain't gonna learn. No, like, learning is power, knowledge is power, change is supposed to happen. We're humans, so that's the point of living.
So, but see, that's a deep message in your book, and that's why I'm so shocked there's not more people reading the book, especially. Okay, you hear people all the time say, oh, I want a Black fantasy book. I want a Black fantasy. But we pick and choose the ones that are popular.
Oh, yeah.
And then the ones that you ain't never heard of is the ones that is way better. Now, I'm not knocking anybody's fantasy book, but the fantasy books that I've read have been the ones that nobody's talking about. The ones that we're talking about, the ones I done went in and read, was like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I'm saying? That was my thing. Like, I get about 100 pages in, and I'm just like, now what in the Shakespeare hell is this? You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to read that, I'll read Lord of the Rings.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It's catering to, you know who. It's catering to a different system. Like, and that's okay if that's what you do, but it should still have a message, you know? It should still have a message, and it should still teach something out of it. So,
and that's why I like reading Black and BIPOC books because we have a struggle nobody else can understand.
Right.
Black people uniquely have a struggle nobody can understand, but BIPOCs across the board have a struggle nobody can understand outside of us. So when I read
Right.
books by BIPOC people that are not whitewashed, I'm going to say that when I read true stories and it has a struggle in it, I get it. Whereas
Right.
the next person will be like, you know, what is this? I don't understand. Why is it so complicated? Why is it so hard? You know? So,
Right.
but, you know, I love that. Those are the type of fantasies I want to read. So when I get to
Right.
the missions and the fighting, I understand it because there's something underneath it.
Right, exactly, and that's what I wanted to convey when I get to a certain part of my story. Like, and I hope that it came through
It did.
because it's like there are moments where because I talked to somebody a while back who knew I was writing this and was so happy to read it when I finished, and they asked me this specific question, like what was that moment when they were on on I-85 and da 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 da, and I was like, you haven't noticed like throughout the book, this person is struggling with self-worth and they're doing these little things that show you that they kind of don't want to be here. And then like we get to a certain moment and it's like they say, forget all that. I got something to fight for.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole point. Yeah, like
that was pressure right there. That was because that is just a thing. Like
oh
the
yeah.
hardest people go through the worst inner battles.
Woo.
The
Okay.
hardest people go, and I'm gonna say that again. The hardest people, the strongest motherfucking soldiers of God, whatever you want to call them, they go through the hardest the turmoil, just fucking them up. But you will never know until they break.
Right.
You'll never know. Sometimes they break and it's too late,
Yep.
and then sometimes they break and they turn into hermits. They don't want to fuck with nobody.
Exactly. Like it's just like, nope, stay away from me. I'm good on my own. I'm not. No, and that's why it's like when that specific person is in this environment, it's very different than what they've had
Yeah.
for their life. Because for the most of their life, they've been alone. They just been nice. It's just when they have this specific group around them, things change. And so, yeah.
And I like that because you brought on the fact that when somebody is going through something, when they have genuine people that are genuine there not to want anything, not to suffocate them. There's no jealousy, there's no envy, there's none of that. It's just they genuinely want to uplift you. It's a different
Right.
type of love and friendship. You know what I'm saying? And I love that because that was in the book.
Right. And that's really what I really wanted to convey. It's just like I don't see a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't see a lot of like transformation through actualization. Like
Mm.
waking up and literally what's the song Ariana Grande is when she's talking about we're all Saturn at some point. and sometimes at some point it comes around and hits you over the head and it's like, wake up. This is who you figure out who you're supposed to be. Like this is who you're like get into yourself, and like wake up and realize like, hey, you have a mission here too. Like so yeah.
And I love that. I love that because, like, once again, I say it comes off as a message without coming off as a message.
Yeah.
So another question is, how do you feel about moving forward with your projects?
So I feel good. I'm actually working on book 2 right now.
I'm gonna need that.
Okay. Oh, I got you. And so far, I'm going to tell you we're a third of the way there, and we already got 21,000 words. And so this one's gonna be long, and this one is gonna focus on mental health. This one is gonna focus on dealing with grief, and this one is also gonna deal with relationships. And so and you know what? Since it's you, I'm going to let you know. The title is Celestial Elementals, Dreams and Nightmares.
Okay, Meek Mills. Let's go.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Hold on, wait. Wait, hold on.
So yeah, so it's in progress. I'm trying to work through it, work hard on it. I think I'm in a really good space where I'm in right now, and I'm like I'm looking at the outline. I'm like I'm halfway through the outline, but I know I'm only a third of the way there because there's so much more I'm finna throw into this. I'm finna throw a whole bunch of curveballs. I wish you could see the board behind me. I have a whiteboard behind me, and it's got everything up on it for book two. I'm just gonna tell you now, Kane wants revenge. Kane, we know Kane to be very sadistic. So the stunt he's about to pull it's low down.
Oh no.
It's real low down. It's real. And it's never happened in the history of the elementals. So it's real.
No.
Yeah, he finna get real low down. And so they really finna have to fight.
I wish he would just realize they not. Oh my God. It's always one. It's always one.
It's always one.
I swear. So, where do you go from here? Okay, you got it laid out. You're going to write 4 books that are fantasy. Are you going to stay in the fantasy genre, or are you going to go outside of the fantasy genre?
I like fantasy way too much. It's probably stay in it. I get such a kick out of like let me see. My imagination is so vast. I can't watch horror movies because I'll have a nightmare that night about it.
Damn.
Like my imagination is that wild, and so I've already thought about the next series after Celestial Elementals, which is about a young black boy who can travel to the dream world. Really, really excited about that because I wrote it down the other day and I was like, oh, I know exactly what's going. And writing out how his life looks before he figures out his powers and everything. So definitely going to stay in the realm of fantasy after this. So
I like that. And I just want to give you some advice from a black woman to a black man, from a Greek to another Greek. You got to really put yourself out there as far as podcasts on TikTok.
Okay.
I know a lot of people don't like TikTok because a lot of the negativity seeps through, but there is so much positivity on TikTok, and especially Black and BIPOC book talk. I'm going to need you because you have a beautiful story that I need more people to hear about. Now, when I say this, I don't mean for you to go to the biggest TikTokers and be like, hey, I need you to read my book. And I'm saying this to you is because even though I don't know you personally, you are a Greek, and that's a different type of level of respect and love.
Right.
So from an SG Road to a Phi Beta Sigma,
right,
you need to put yourself out there because you have a beautiful, beautiful story. And for a person who does not read fantasy like that, you took me on a journey that I really enjoyed. I really, really enjoyed. So I really want you to put yourself out there as like, do your research. Go and look not just for people who read fantasy. Try the ones that don't read fantasy.
Okay.
Try the ones that don't read fantasy and see if they will read your book. And then you don't have to ask them to do a review or anything, because if they truly love your book, they gonna do it regardless.
Right.
And that's free promo. So it's just like the barter system. You can give someone a book or whatever, or you can say, could you please read my story? I don't expect nothing of you from that. And they will read. When I say I like a book, I really mean I like a book. So I just feel like you need to be on more of these TikTok podcasts. Even if you just come in people's lives that are like book readers and introduce yourself. When the authors are doing writing sprints, get on. Because those are readers. Readers are watching them doing those writing sprints because we're intrigued. Like, oh, what are they writing? What book is this? So, I want you to, because the promo may be hard and tedious because our 9-to-5s or having school or whatever we're doing, it's a long day. And the last thing you want to do is get on social media after.
Right.
even on your day off. But it's beneficial when you're trying to push a product that, especially since I know people will love it.
Thank you for that. Thank
Sure.
you for that. I needed that.
Because I do believe in you. I do believe in what you're doing, and the message that you have in your book is something that I think a lot of people would want to hear.
Right.
So I just want you to do better for yourself, if anything else, because how you gonna tell somebody in the book, I'm trying to please everybody else except myself, and you're not even pleasing yourself by doing your due diligence to help yourself.
Right.
Just saying.
That's real.
I'm just saying.
That is real.
I just want the best for everybody, especially indie authors. I'm 110% thousand infinity standing on business when it comes to y'all. So I just want the best for y'all, and y'all put in so much effort with writing these books that and sometimes I know y'all look for the U.S. Bestsellers list or New York Times list. That shouldn't be the aim. Right. It's maybe the aim for y'all as authors, but I can tell you, when you have readers that are constantly talking about y'all books, when you have readers just going into book clubs and stuff talking about your books, y'all done made it.
That's real.
Because you're going to forever be on somebody's something.
Right.
So, I'm just saying.
You are, and I'm receiving it. And I really do. Because I'm going to take it and run with it.
Please, because I want success for y'all. I want y'all to get all the coin possible. Y'all invest so much into these books. And sometimes the reward is not monetary. Sometimes the reward is the fact that the word is getting out, but the monetary is coming. It just hasn't came yet.
Right.
And people get discouraged from that. And then you have authors to stop writing because of it.
Right. See, that wasn't gonna be me, because I'm like I told you, it's been knocking upside my head. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like, tell this story. That's why literally the whole series isn't played out in my head. I just got to get the outlines made. And it's like, I know what message I'm trying to deliver at the end of all of this, and so I have no choice, because I feel like God's literally knocking me upside the head. Like, hey, didn't I tell you to write that?
When the message come, it come.
Okay. And it's gonna go.
And also, all y'all that's on here, even though it's just 9, y'all get on here and y'all follow him. Read his book. Y'all are going to thoroughly enjoy it, because that cover alone will make you read the book, because that's what snatched my ass. I'm not even a cover whore, and I saw that cover and I was like, God damn, that is a fucking fire ass cover.
I'm glad you like it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to do another cover for the first book. I know
because
I want to do another cover, and here's why. So the artist I had used AI, and I ain't like that. I didn't like that. And so I was like, I need to find me a good black illustrator, and I want him to do them whoever. I want them to do it to where, like, you can feel the energy come off the page. And I feel like it comes off the page here, but I really want it to, like, I want it to be to the point where it's like, as soon as you walk by it, you're like, whoa, wait a minute, what's that? Like, that's how I really want it to be.
I have someone for you.
Okay, shout out.
Okay, let's go. Hold on. Let me move this banner real quick. Now, I want you to look back there. You see that painting back there?
Yeah.
She hand drew that.
What?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah, put me in touch.
Her name is Akira Chiffon. She is an author as well, but she is also an amazing, talented drawer.
Yes, she's an amazing illustrator. That is beautiful. I love that.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And I will send you her information in the DMs, but she's sick with it. She's sick with it.
I can tell. Yeah, look, it's all I can barely see it, because TikTok's Korean, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Hold on. That is not what I wanted to do, TikTok.
You know how this app goes. But no, I can see it. I can see it, and I'm like, okay, I'm very intrigued.
Because it's my favorite anime, which is Jujutsu Kaisen. And so
Yes.
she drew Jujutsu Kaisen and me him behind me and my me sitting on the throne.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
So it was just like she presented it at a book event, and I was just in awe. Like it's like one of the favorite things I have up there. So
Love
yeah,
it. Okay, yeah, we got to make that connection.
yeah. So I do want because let's keep it black.
Oh, hello, hey,
Let's keep
hello.
it.
And that's exactly what I wanted to do because it's like I want someone to really see my characters because someone drew them before in a state that I really liked, but it couldn't go on the cover because it looked more comic book than it did semi-realistic. I can send it to you and show you and everything, but it was I didn't. It wasn't going to connect with a lot of people. This cover definitely connects with people. Like I liked it at first, of course, but now I'm like I want to do something more if I can, and I really want my characters, you know, their emotions and their facial expressions and everything to come off as soon as you look at the cover. So yeah, but
I got you.
I also meant to say right now until the end of the month, Celestial Elementals is on a big old sale. And when I say a big old sale, I mean the ebook is $2.99, the paperback is $7.99, and the hardcover is $14.99. So
I got to get that hardcover.
go
That's the
ahead.
one I want. I love paperback and all that stuff, but I need to get a hardcover of that before you take that cover down. Need that hardcover. I'll get the other one when you get it done, but
Right.
I need that particular one in hardcover.
I'm probably gonna run it through the second one by you because I'm like, you know, I need to like I want to see, I want to know, and you definitely giving me great feedback, so I'm like, yeah, let me.
I can only be honest with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying I can only be honest with y'all because ain't no reason to tell you a lie. Then you get out here and then somebody else do it in a derogatory way, and then you be like, "Damn, why you just didn't tell me the truth?"
Right, exactly. You looking like, wait a minute now, come on.
So, when are you going to start doing book events? Just because you have one book don't mean you can't do book events.
Now, this is very true. I do have a book, an event coming up in February in Alabama. It's like the Alabama Authors Convention, so I'll be going to that. Other than that, I'm trying to get my life together because I got laid off last year, December, and I'm in IT, and so work has been like, whoo, like the market is awful.
What state are you in?
I'm in Georgia.
I'll hit you up with something. Let me talk to my husband. He's alpha. let me talk to my husband because I know he has some frat brothers and stuff that are down there that have businesses. So
awesome.
Let me talk to him.
Yeah, and so I've been wanting to do book events, but you know they start charging for them tables, girl. Because what would have been really perfect for me, and I'm going to try to whatever I do to make sure to do it. Here in Atlanta, we have something called Ranger Stop, which is a convention where all the Power Rangers come and like they sign autographs and everything, and so you can do tables with them like for between $300 and $500. And so definitely what I want to do is, and I wanted to do it when both books have been done, so that way I can get some new merch, new characters, everything, get some banners and stuff, and then get my table and be there and promote. And so people can be like, oh my goodness, that's cool. Like, because the brand is kind of like going away, even though they say they're not going away, because Hasbro's been auctioning off all the old props and stuff. So it's like, this would be a good time, I think, for Celestial Elementals to roll up on people.
But you know what? I got something even better.
Okay.
Me and my business partner, Shannon, we have a book event called Boozy Book Tour. And those tables that we offer authors range from $75 to $145.
Oh.
Yeah. And we
Well,
also
y'all gonna be near me.
we're going to be in because our next stop is in Houston. That's sold
Okay.
out. And then we have Tulsa, which we have spots available for Tulsa for
Okay.
authors. We have and that one is a melanin ball. That's all black. They ain't no, it's just black. Blackity black. That's in February. But then we have one in Raleigh, and that's in May, and that's a fantasy, paranormal, romance, and comic book stop. And
Oh, okay. That would
and
probably be perfect.
it's May 24th. And I think the table for that is like $95.
Oh, that's perfect.
And that includes your swag, your custom shot glass, custom t-shirt. It includes your table, full dinner, plus snacks during the event. And it also includes the 360 booth, photo booth, and what else? Our whoever's going to be our liquor partner for that event, their alcohol. If you have everyone when we do boozy books where it's about alcohol and books.
Okay, but sorry, the cane jumped out of me. He got a little excited when he heard that. But yeah, definitely, because I love me a good road trip. So yeah.
And then we have one in Virginia that is for narrators, which will be a narrator and book signing, a meet and greet and book signing, and then we'll have a narrator award for narrators. It'll be Reader's Choice Narrator Award. So if any narrators are on here or you have a narrated book, please put your name on the list when we have that list come out.
I would also like to say that Celestial Elementals is narrated and voice acted by Jaymar Jackson.
He said, look.
Just let y'all know. I'm the voice of reason and I'm the voices. Okay?
You better. You are best.
Look, I have no sense.
I love that. I love that because I'm blunt. You ain't got sense. That works. That works.
Exactly. I love it.
We have another one in Chicago because we did one already this year in Chicago, but we're doing another one, and this one will be of the green variety, if you know what I mean. Puff Puff Pass.
Okay.
Partnered with alcohol and books, and it'll be a Halloween type event.
Okay. Awesome.
And the last one is Las Vegas. We're going to Las Vegas for the next Melanin Ball, which will be a pajama jam ode to house party.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So I'll send you our site, and you can look around and even go on our page on Facebook and see all the events and stuff that we have going on. But we try to do y'all right.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
And I see you, Wesley. I would love for you to sign up for the narrator event in Virginia. It's open now. Just go onto our site and just put your interest form in. But once again, I just want to say thank you, and I am so proud of you. If ain't nobody told you today, I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I thank you for having me here because, any time where I can get my stuff out here and just talk, like, I love it. I appreciate it because, like, nobody has to do this. And I greatly appreciate that you're doing this. So, yeah. And, if you need me for anything, holler at me. So
I'm gonna try to do something that deals with fantasy. I don't know what particular thing I'm gonna do, but I want to do a segment on fantasy, like have like a round table with black fantasy authors, and just talk fantasy and the dynamics and what does it take to be a fantasy author.
Yes. I would love to do that. And then by then I'll have 1,000 followers so y'all can see my face. Yes.
We're gonna get you there.
Okay. Help.
So I have one last question for you. Actually, it's a two-part. Okay. What is the advice? Oh, Fantasy February, Fantasy Friday. Y'all might be
Okay.
onto something.
Hey.
Um, what advice do you have to a black man or woman who wants to become a fantasy author? And what is the ups and downs of being a fantasy author in general?
I'm going to say do it. Like, if it's been on your mind, if it's been on your heart, if it's gnawing at you, if you can't sleep at night, if it's in your dreams, do it. Like, and don't stop till you're done.
Mm.
Do it, execute it from the beginning to end. One thing I always say I wish I would have done with the first book is given a little bit more world building, you know, taking me from 37,000 words to probably 43,000, depending. So I would say do it and do it well. Look up every resource you can. Like,
Yeah.
dive deep in. If you need to use Chat Jipper, use them. Look, like, ask it questions. Like, it's okay. Use Grammarly. Google is free, y'all. Just go do it. Like, don't let nothing stop you. I would say the ups and downs. The ups are the ups. I will say I have gotten feedback from people, at least 2 or 3 people who have read the book and said, "Wow, this changed the way I think about fantasy," or "Wow, this really helped me." Like, I literally met up with another one of my friends who is also a Ranger fan. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We met for drinks because he wanted me to sign his book, and he was telling me, he was like, the situation between the situation between Vincent and Ezekiel had him thinking about his own situation with his not his paternal brother, but a guy he calls brother, and they haven't spoken in 3 years, and he decided to reach out to him, and they had a meeting and came back together. And so hearing stories like that it's inspiring people, that people see themselves, that is the best part about it.
Yeah.
The hardest part for me is typing. I'm gonna tell you right now, I got to these 21,000 words. It took me about 3-4 months, and I'm just like, oh God, I know I could do better. I know I could do better. I just don't want to type. I don't want to type. And then and then I tried to use dictionary. I'm like, this ain't helping at all. So that's probably one of the hardest things. Just, fight your urge to not type. And just even with me having a vast imagination, I'm like, I have to always finding ways to continuously think outside the box. Especially in the realm of sci-fi and fantasy, because it's like I'm combining magic with technology, and it's really, you got to get real deep into that. You really got to cover your tracks, especially like if you don't want any plot holes, if you don't want any plot points, if you don't want any like, well, I don't think that could actually happen. Like, you want to give it fantasy, but make it like practical fantasy, because you don't want to just be like, oh, it just happened out of nowhere. No, this gives this energy to make this happen. Da, 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 da. So, yeah, I would say that's it for me.
Bless your heart.
Thank you.
Because the way y'all have to world build and like do, oh God.
Because that's why I said, like, even with this one now, like, I was at 21,000 words on the first book after years of writing. So I'm still patting myself on the back, but I'm like, I know I'm doing much more world building now, because I take notice of the shrubbery. I'm literally getting on Google Maps because the story is based in Atlanta, and I'm looking on Google Maps and going, oh, if they could jump over that building, they could land on that person's house and then get to the park. Like, that level of depth. So now it's getting to that point, so people can, as they're reading, they build the world around them. So it's like it comes into into the scene while you're reading. So it's like it turns into a movie as you read it. So that's what I really wanted to get through with my writing. So.
Well,
oh yeah, Wesley, yes. Wesley hit the nail on the head. Someone questioning your use of elementals or whatnot. God, yes. Oh yeah, because somebody asked me, it was like, well, how does Ray able to do da 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 da? I'm like, you need to go to to Powers Wiki or what is it? Abilities wiki. There's a Wikipedia page based on like
Yeah, because they have you
powers.
for Marvel and everything goes.
Right. And so Ray's base power is divine photokinesis. Like, look it up. It's literally limitless. That's why. A lot of people are like, how in the literally divine photokinesis? Look it up. Just
Maybe put a glossary in there and like put the glossary in there describing the powers just like Wiki does, and that way the questions will be answered as long as you read the damn glossary.
You know what?
I'm just saying, because it's okay. It was a book. Don't ask me to pronounce this goddamn book. I bought it because it's beautiful and it's a fantasy book. But once I got it and read it, even though it took me a year to get this book from the UK, I'm throwing shade. But you know, it was worth it. But this is just the glossary. This is the book. This is the glossary with all the names and how to pronounce them and what it means and definitions and places and yeah.
Okay. We're doing it.
It was like, but I needed it because if I read it, you know, trying to fit, I would have been like, no. You feel me? You know, so
that makes me think I might need to put. Oh, also, I have a website. If anyone didn't know, tceseries.com.
He does.
Yeah, I built it out and everything on my own.
That's the IT in you.
Okay, hello, click. But yeah, so tceseries.com. There's character bios over there. There's a bio on me. All that good stuff. If anybody wants it, tceseries.com. I wish I would have said TCE book, but guess what? That was already taken. Damn. So I was out here trying to figure out who in the hell else is TCE book. Went to the page and guess what? It ain't even up there. I'm like, so y'all just have the domain. Well, okay,
They do that. They will take the goddamn domain names and don't be doing shit with them.
Nothing. And I'm like, oh, annoying. So thank you for nothing. Because everybody be like, TCE what? I'm like, series, SCRIES. And then they get to typing on their phones and they're like, it ain't coming up. And I'm like, just let me send it to you.
I do think that's a good idea with the glossary. I do.
I'm definitely doing that.
Whether you do it like a separate one or you put it in the beginning, however you want to do it. I just because you know what, a lot of people are not. Even though they're fantasy fans, they still don't understand the dynamics that go into like superheroes or characters that have powers and stuff. People say they'll watch anime, but they watch it, they don't really be into it.
Right.
People watch Marvel, they say they into it, but don't understand the powers.
Right, exactly. Because it's like, how in the world do they like? How can Captain Marvel recharge the sun? Oh my God! Please go look up.
Because you know, and that's the reason why a lot of people don't understand why so many fans are upset after reading a comic book or just been comic book based and done the research on these superheroes, and they come out with movies, and the movies don't put their powers right.
Right.
That will literally turn people off.
Right.
So I do think that's a good idea. You putting the powers and letting them know, okay, this is why X, Y, and Z. This level, blah blah blah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Because I have. Speaking of Akira just came in here. This is Akira Chiffon. She is the one that painted that right there and drew that.
Akira.
She is the one that you should get in contact with about illustration. Akira, this is Jaymar. Jaymar, hey, this is Akira.
I need you desperately.
Y'all two need to connect, follow each other, and talk more about, because like I said, she's very talented. You see that?
Yes, clearly.
She's very talented.
And follow. So yeah.
So y'all come together, and the next time I see a cover, I hope it's Akira approved.
Same. Okay. Hello.
You're welcome, Akira. You know I got you.
I really appreciate it. Yes.
But I'm gonna get out of here because I gotta do homework.
Oh.
I don't know why I went back to school, but here we are.
I gotta go drive for Uber, so hey, gotta make a check some kind of way. So hey.
I'm
look, let me tell you, because after I got my master's degree, I said no more. No more.
I thought I was done after my bachelor's. When I decided not to go to medical school, I was like, okay, I'm not going to medical school, so I'm gonna just chill. But then, Black women can't stay still for shit.
No, but that's also a great thing because it speaks to your power and your energy. So,
and so I had the bright idea. I wanted to own a dispensary. So I was like, I'm gonna go back to school for the puff and law and stuff. And now here I am.
And look, and it's gonna be freaking amazing once you put it all together and everything's done. Like, you know that, right? You know it's gonna be like sickening. Like, you know it's gonna be like everything. You know that? Like. You sound like me. You sound like me when I got done with chapter 7. I said, Jesus Christ.
Other people kids, when you grown. Woo! I had my fun in my 4th year. I had the life. I was just having a blast.
Okay.
And now that I'm grown. It ain't the same.
I have a little motto. I always say, send it back. Send it back, sis. Send it back.
Now that I'm grown, going back to school, and then I'm looking at the young ones, and I'm just like, ooh, I said, I could not have been that fucking nerve-wracking. What the fuck?
Child, I said, ain't no way I was like this. Ain't no way.
Something else.
Like, I was on honor roll. Like, come on. I know I wouldn't. Oh, God.
I had fun too. I was doing my homework, going to class, having fun, out with doing Divine Nine stuff, having a blast.
Right. Oh yeah, for college,
I had a time. But now that I'm back, I'm not.
Chrissy, I don't like this.
I don't like it at all. I just feel like, ooh, I could be y'all mamas. Ooh.
Look, somebody tried to suggest, why don't you look in teaching high school the other day? When I tell you I gave them the deepest, darkest stare, because I'm like, y'all not finna have them kids up there killing me. I'm not finna. No. Dumb children are vicious. I'm not. No. Call the Coast Guard because you ain't getting me up there.
But then again, you can, if you did go into high schools, you can use your book as an example for some topics depending on the studies that you are doing teaching. You can use your book as an example, and that cover most definitely will have those kids very intrigued and interested. Not trying to push you there, but I'm just saying you gotta look at it from a different perspective.
Valid point. Valid point.
Oh God! Oh my God! It was
God, please.
Sister Harlow, she said, teach at a community college.
That I can do. I might do that. It's a different new levels, new devils. Okay, so I might could do that.
And also, there's somebody else on here that I want to introduce you to. Her name is Gunshot. She is a part owner of an indie film company that is starting to turn books into movies, also into live streaming services. And her business partner just came in, so it's Rowdy Sky Productions. They are an indie film production company. They're looking for authors to turn their books into like web series, movies, independent movies, and things like that. And it's no fee for the author.
Hello.
Look at him.
What Beyonce said, 2 hands to heaven, okay?
And those two you need to also follow. And they have a website, and I think the link is in their bios or whatever. But you really, and they have like every day they come on live and they talk about what they're doing. So therefore follow them, that way you can be on their live, because they're always discussing what is their goals, and they're only doing this for indie authors. So
Okay, got it. And it's great to meet y'all. Yes.
yes.
Yeah. Well, you ever watch Mad TV? You remember when Deborah Wilson used to be Whitney Houston?
Oh God.
God, for God.
A mess. You are. See, I don't know if we should meet in person, because I feel like we're gonna be two fools.
Hey, and that's fine.
I feel
It's
like
gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Because who gonna check us, boo? Okay, come on now.
that part too. Yeah. But I want you to. I know I pushed a lot of information on you.
That's fine.
But like I said, I just want to see you succeed, because I just want Black people. It's a Ray. I'm rooting for everything Black.
Okay. Yes,
So,
and I appreciate it. I really do, because, like I said, you don't even have to do this. I really appreciate it. It's greatly appreciated.
you ain't got to worry about me, boo, because I'm gonna be on it. Can't nobody say nothing about you.
Clock it.
That's all I'm saying. But make sure you follow Rowdy. Make sure you follow Gunshot. So that way you can get the notification when they're live. Even if you're doing Uber or whatever, you can listen to what they're saying, so you can catch it and come back to it later. So, like I said, it's no money upfront from the author, none of that.
Bet.
But it'll be a good something to have in your pocket, so you can put the interest form in, because you do have a really good fantasy book.
Thank you.
Just saying. And get in contact with Akira. That way you can get this illustration going.
Yes, because that's the next steps. Because I want all of them redrawn. I'm going to send you what my original illustrator had. Mm-hmm. They look so much more like, you would love to see them in this form. Like, they look very much like, oh, we them we them niggas. Like, ooh. They like their original forms. I absolutely adore. So I'm gonna send them to you so you can see them. Okay.
Yeah, let me see that, because now you got me intrigued. I'm like, huh?
Oh, baby, you would be like, oh, like, okay, like.
I'm interested now. And for everybody that's trying to get on this live, look, this ain't that type of live. This ain't that type of live, bro.
Sorry, it's just me and her tonight. Sorry.
It ain't that type of part. I don't do all that craziness. Yeah, Sister Harlan, please read his book. You are going to really enjoy it. And you know what I was thinking? I know I said, see, we Black, because I said the last question, and here we go, still talking. But you know what I was thinking? I hope that it turns into a graphic novel.
Oh, I would love that.
Because could you imagine all those characters as a graphic novel?
Oh, I would love to see Kalia in her rare form using her lightning power. Oh my God, it's sickening. Yeah. Everybody's like, I know Ray's your favorite character. No, it's Kalia. It's Kalia by a mile, actually.
I fucking would love that. I would love to see that as a graphic novel, because right now there's not a lot of because I only read Black comics except for Deadpool, because Deadpool is my baby. But and Iceman, I love Deadpool and Iceman.
Oh yeah.
But there's not a lot of graphic novel like type hardcover, books.
Yeah.
And the only ones that I have is from Stranger Comics, because they have their Niobe series, which is like an African female warrior series. But I don't have any other Black ones. And the closest I got was Dream Fury and their Monster series. But it's not really a hardcover. It's just like thick paper.
Okay.
If you make it, I'm gonna buy.
Okay.
I have no problem. I have no shame in spending my husband's money. No shame. No shame. God damn it.
And she's honest. And she's very honest. And we appreciate that.
If I see it, I get it.
Okay, Ariana, I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, I have no shame. So please look into all of that. And I hope these ladies, these Black women, help you and get you to where you need to be at. Because like I said, I think more people should read your book. More people should, even if you're not into fantasy, this is still a story that has a message that resonates. We're currently reading Watchmen.
Oh.
Okay, now.
Okay.
Your story resonates. So I really think all of y'all on here, please go support him. Tell us about your book one more time before we get out of here, because I really got to do this homework.
Let me see if I can give the new spiel, because I'm trying something new. So, Celestial Elementals is about 6 Black young adults who receive superpowers. They have to fight an ancient demon before the end of the world. You think they can do it? Visit TCEseries.com for more.
Well, shit. That was
good. I try. I'm a little bit of an announcer, a little something. But yeah, I'm working out, because I used to be like, 6 Black young adults must band together to. Yeah, I got divorced. Come on now.
Well, Sister Harlem said that I will read him during one of my lives on YouTube.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Please get in touch with me. I would love. Yes. Oh God.
I just added the audiobook on Everend. Okay, look at that.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Please tell me what y'all think. Let me tell you something. Audiobook creation is a mess. Like, woo! I thought typing was something. Trying to switch back between 7, 8 voices.
I literally have a newfound respect for narrators. The more I interview them and talk to them and hear what they have to say, I have absolutely a newfound respect for them, because my God, the hard work.
It's so much. Like switching between the voices is so hard, because it's like, you go from Ezekiel talk like this, and then you have to switch back to Kalia. And Kalia's always like it's so ridiculous. Like, they try to keep track. And the girl voices are so much harder. That's why I was like, I think the next book, I'm gonna hire me some female voice actors and be like, can y'all rock this?
I know a few.
You know what? You got everything.
Not everything, but I'm working on it. I'm gonna make sure that anytime an author comes up here and they say they need someone, I'm gonna make sure I have a Black person or a BIPOC person on deck. So y'all don't have to reach out to motherfuckers that's gonna play y'all.
I'm going to call you Thanos, because you have the Black literary Infinity Gauntlet, and I love it. So snap your finger.
I love it though. I love that.
Yes. For Black literary Infinity Gauntlet. I love it. Oh my God.
I love that. I might put that in a tagline or something.
Yes. Look, it's funny. Take it, run with it.
But I'm gonna get out of here. Could you please tell them your website? Tell them where they can get your book, and if you want to tell them the prices, because you have a sale going on, let them know. So let's go.
Yes. So Celestial Elementals, you can visit TCE Series, or while we were talking, you know what I did? I looked up if TCE Books was available, and I was like, I got $14. Click. So it's also TCE Books now, which will work perfectly when the second one drops. So TCE Series or TCE Books. It's a sale on Amazon going on right now. $2.99 for the ebook, $7.99 for the paperback, and $14.99 for the hardcover. Audiobook is also out there. If you have an Amazon credit, go get it. Also, it's on Spotify. If you have a Spotify account, you can listen to it on your subscription. I'm trying to think where else can you find it? It's everywhere. It's every which way. But you can first look at TCE Series or TCEBooks.com and you'll find it there. Definitely. And also bios, character bios, a little stuff on me, all that good stuff. It's all over there too. So yeah.
And for everyone that's on here, please get the book. And for my fellow Greeks that are on here, because I saw a lot of y'all come up in here, get the book. Support a fellow Greek.
Blue Fi. I ain't want to do the loud version because I'm a singer, so my voice will resonate if I actually Blue Fi in here. I ain't want to interrupt the digital systems of TikTok. I ain't want to break your phone. I don't want to break nobody's phone. So
and that's why I never do the SG roll call because that. Out here breaking buttons.
I will never forget the first time I did it, and I had to do it by myself. And we were in an auditorium, and everybody was like, "Oh, oh, so the Sigmas are here? Yeah, we here. What's good? What's good?"
Yeah. You know what? Every time I have done like strolls or comps for stepping, I have lost my voice because I'm so loud. But when I project, it's just loud. Yeah. And then the next day I'm sitting here with the tea like
right.
But I'm getting older. I don't stroll like that, because ain't nobody taking no monkey over here.
Hello.
My monkey has shook.
I would go inside and say hello. That's all you can do. Where the food at? I ain't coming to the tailgate to stroll. Where's the food? Where's the seat? I don't want nothing else. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
You hear me?
Okay.
But I just want to say thank you. And I'm going to keep in touch so I can keep up with what's going on with you. I do want to see you on the Boozy Book Tour, especially in Raleigh. Because you have a fantasy book.
Coming to Raleigh. I am definitely coming to Raleigh. Don't worry about it. You're going to see me.
And I need people to see you and get that book.
Yes.
Oh, and then we're going to sit down at dinner and we're going to shoot the shit and talk shit.
Hello? Clock it.
But you have a wonderful night, and I had so much fun talking to you.
I did too. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Everybody, I'm finna go. No, tomorrow I'm gonna make a video, but tomorrow I will be interviewing Bonnie motherfucking Blanco. So if you got time tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm gonna be on there. I hope my grill come in tomorrow because I told you I like spending my husband's money.
I love it.
So I hope my grill come in tomorrow, so therefore I have my grill on. If not, then it'll be later. But y'all know it's October, and I'm just going all out for the authors and narrators. So
I love it.
So I will talk to you later. Get in contact with these women that I told you to get in contact with. Hope you friended all of them. And, let's do this.